Hey, my name is Olivia Gudaniec and I create videos for new actors looking to break into film and TV. Today's topics, I'm going to break it up into 2 videos. I have audition tips for all you guys. It's been highly requested. So part 1, this part is all about what you should do before you go into the room. And part 2 is what to do when you are in the room / waiting room, etc. So let's get going. If you're new here, hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a video. You can join me on TikTok, Instagram. My handle is everywhere. It's the same. It's just my name, Olivia Gudaniec, and let's get started. Number 1, for audition tips before you go into the room. You never really know who's watching. There could either be an assistant in the room, there could be a reader in there passing by, so I want you to always be on your best behavior. Plus, these days there's cameras everywhere, and you better believe they're gonna be tuning in, especially if they're interested in hiring you for a long-term contract, because they wanna know what they're getting involved in, who they're working with. Just know that you're constantly being observed, even when you're in the waiting room. Another tip I have for you guys is not to book something right after your audition, because not only are you gonna feel like the time constraint and pressure, but it's gonna affect your performance. So you could be in the waiting room and they could call you right away, or you could be waiting an hour. It really depends. Some casting directors I know follow their schedule. So if you're there half an hour before or an hour before, if your time is 3 p.m., you will be seen at 3 p.m. Whereas I know other casting directors, like if a person isn't there for their 2 p.m. and you are, they'll let you in. So I just don't want you to have, say, a dentist appointment at 3:30 and your audition's at 3 and you're gonna feel flustered. So why shouldn't you book something back to back? Because you don't want to create any stress. I don't want it to affect your performance. I don't want you to be worried about parking. I don't want you to be worried about missing an appointment. You're there to have an opportunity. Somebody believes in you. That's why they're giving you this opportunity. So be there, be present, and good luck. I want you to always bring your headshot and resume with you to every audition. And I mean a printed hard copy. 9 out of 10 times, they're not asking for that anymore because everything's turned digital. But you do not want to be at that one audition where they ask for that hard copy and you don't have it. If they want to save a picture of your face, you want them to have it. And don't be like, oh, I can bring it to you later, or it's in my car. Just pack it in your purse, pack it in your bag. They don't ask, you have it for the next one. And if they ask, you're the one that's prepared. If you want more tips on actor headshots, I have tons of TikTok videos talking about that. I even made some YouTube videos talking about how to get an agent, headshots, the process. So if you want links to that, I'll leave it down below. How you enter and exit a room 100% matters. They are judging you from the second you step into that audition room, sometimes even in the waiting room. So I want you to be prepared. Are you coming in confident, happy, as someone that they would want to work with? Are you bringing in some heavy energies, maybe some personal drama? And you got to see how that's translating. And if you have no idea how your vibe is feeling, first of all, you'll know how you're feeling. But if you want to really know, I would suggest doing a test frame, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Come on in, do your audition, play it back on your cell phone, ask a friend. Because if this is a job opportunity where you could potentially be working on a series for years, you better be sure you're coming across confident. You may see your friends in the audition room. This is not the time to catch up on everything that's been going on in your life and theirs. If you do go into the hallway, I really just want you to be super respectful, because there are people in there, you included, that should be going over your lines, mentally preparing and staying focused. I know sometimes it's hard, but at the end of the day, you do you, but I just want you to come across as professional and respectful. It's also best not to bring your friends, children, family members. I get it. Sometimes it just works out like that. You need a ride, you need to bring your kids, otherwise you can't make it. But space is limited as it is. You do not want your child playing a video game, distracting other people, or needing something from you when you need to be present to book that opportunity. Like I said, you probably only get 5 minutes in there, so do your best to not bring any extra distractions with you. I believe in you. You can do this. I know this is like etiquette 101, but I feel like it just needed to be said. All right, moving on. Since we're on the topic of waiting room etiquette, I want you to treat this like a business interview. So I want you to go easy on the fragrance, no gum. I want you to be respectful, quiet, bring your own pen because you are going to be signing in and out. There's nobody directing you here. And at the end of the day, you want this job, so I want your best odds to be in your favor. I want you to be off book. If you want to be paid as a pro actor and treated like one and be put in the same pool as celebrities, you got to show up as one. I know that's a bit of hard, cold truth, but it's true. If I'm coming in and I'm even doing this whole interview by reading my notes, are you really going to take me seriously? So put in the work, put in the prep time, or it's going to throw you off. Because if you practice it one way but don't really put in the time, and then I ask you to do it another way, I mean, it's happened to me before. That's why I speak from experience. I'm not preaching to you guys because I think this is the way to do it. If you don't put in the time, you will choke, most likely, or you will lose your focus and then you will not feel good about your performance. Let's talk about how to stand out. First thing I want you to do is when you get a role, I want you to Google it. So if you got the role of San Francisco news anchor, I want you to Google that and see what the world sees that role as so you can do something wardrobe-wise to stand out. Alternatively, if let's say you get a role for a mean girl or a rebel, everyone's gonna be in their leather jackets. Like that's just standard 101. So what you can do to stand out is maybe don't do the leather jacket, but do leather pants, leather skirt, leather headband, leather hair tie, scrunchie. You know what I mean? Like there are little subtle ways that you can really get creative, because if there are 100 other girls that are probably gonna be interpreting the script the same way, just wanted to throw out some ideas to give you some tips. Okay. I want to get a little personal now. A lot of you guys are absolutely terrified of auditioning. So I have a few things to say about that. Like, as an actor, most of your job is auditioning, like I would say 90% of the time. So we got to get you comfortable. And if you're not feeling comfortable and you're feeling that terror, you need acting classes and acting workshops, because those are the times where you get to practice. And as we know, practice equals progress, which makes you feel more confident, and confidence is what people are booking. I know a ton of actors that struggle memorizing their lines, can't get them out, but they show up like they own the room and they got the job and the other person didn't. I also want to mention that they 100% casting, whoever brought you in wants you to get it. They do not want to spend another 3 hours looking through 100 other girls or guys. They are rooting for you. So if you are in the room, they already think you got it. So all you got to do is sell it. Sell yourself, book the room, own it. I'm like so passionate about this. Own the room. And at the end of the day, you do the best you can. My goal for you is that you leave that audition room being like, you know what? I brought it and I'm good. Because after that, it's out of your hands. If you are still struggling with auditions or you have further questions, I really want you to consider either A, my new actors workbook, or B, you can book a one-on-one call with me. You can pick my brain. We can help you develop a system so you're gonna be calm and confident going in. Sometimes you just need a coach to walk you through it, because maybe there's things you're missing. And I just wish I did that when I was starting off at 9 years old, but my parents didn't know where to look. But you guys are in the right spot, and I am definitely here to help you. Hi friend, I post new videos every Tuesday, so if you like what you saw this week, there's only more to come.